Good morning and welcome to Sip and Talk Business on Fashion, Beauty, and Fit. I'm your host, DJLIVES4LUV, and today's topic is digital marketing. We're going to talk about developing creative content and the content submission as to when you should post, when not to post. So to dive right in, let's talk about creative content. I have on my shirt, Fight for What's Right. Fight for What's Right has absolutely nothing to do with the show itself. But because of the fact that I have on Fight for What's Right, and you're going to remember, okay, this is digital marketing. I remember digital marketing because I'm talking about Fight for What's Right. So what we're looking at is how to create creative content that have absolutely nothing to do with what you have going on. So a lot of times it could be the littlest things that we create to submit for developing content. So prime example, if I chose to do a digital marketing piece for fashion and beauty on Fight for What's Right, we can use this shirt as a power statement in saying we're fighting for what's right within the fashion, beauty, and fitness industries, which has a lot of times it's kind of creating content on top of content, but it's getting behind something to make your brand stand out, if that helps make sense. So this is why I'm wearing this shirt, because I want you guys to think about fighting for what's right when you're developing creative content. So and the reason being is because the colors are bright. It's a different shirt. It's the color pops. It's like it stands out more. It has absolutely nothing to do with what's going on. A lot of people are like, why does she have on a t-shirt, Fight for What's Right, during the middle of her shows? But it's just, I do different things like that to kind of create different creative content to set up a different mindset. So when starting with that being said, one of the things I want you guys to look at is there are blogs and editorial pieces that you guys can join in. So when you're creating content, just to kind of give your brand exposure, you always utilize your same hashtags that you use for all of your content. So when creating different editorial pieces, so like say for example, there are a lot of editorial publications seeking writers. So you have like the Houston Sun, you have other blog articles that you can look at. You have I know it's small publications. Don't necessarily have to be big. They can be small publications where they have print and digital. You can look at different newspapers. You can look at the Houston Chronicle. You can submit articles submit content for publication that has your name on it. And even if you're doing digital articles that have your name on it, you can include your hashtag. So even when people search, they see you across multiple platforms. And also when you write, you want to take into consideration your brand name, the content that you're submitting, how to plug yourself in, and how to utilize it to best benefit your company. That's one way to look at it. Even when it comes to writing different blogs, a lot of people like to do ghostwriting. For me, I don't recommend ghostwriting for business owners, especially when looking at different ways to market, because if you're ghostwriting, they're not going to know who you are. You're just going to basically be writing about you can do ghostwriting to where you're writing about your brand and things like that, but the writer shows anonymous or from that author. So then is it really relevant content that's going to help you, or is it just going to help their brand? So you have to look at ways for cross promotion for both, but it has to be effective to where the tags come back to you and they're just not solely concentrated on that brand. And I'm actually going to dive into that a little bit more so that you understand. When writing articles, when ghostwriting, so say for example, I want to write an article, but I don't want them to know that it's from me, but it's about my company. When that when the publisher publishes that content, they're utilizing their hashtags, their information. The only mentions, you may get like one or two mentions, one or two hashtags that you can use, and it's not your whole thread of hashtags just for your business. It's only for theirs. But you're getting the name, of course, mentioning and things like that in the article. But when people search, they're searching based off of those hashtags and things like that are put to draw traffic. So are you really gaining from it? Or is it like, if it's not like a big publication, I wouldn't recommend it. But if you want to ghostwrite, or submit your information for businesses that have to where you actually write and then you submit your name and you can include your tags, that's the difference. So when looking at submitting blog articles, newspaper articles, any type of articles, those are things that I want you to take into consideration. Those are like the pros and cons when you do ghostwriting versus when you actually submit the editorial articles. The next thing we're going to talk about is digital content for social media. Social media and email actually is two things that I want to hit on. Actually, three: social media, email, and online ads. I know a lot of people don't really think about the online ads. A lot of people solely focus on email marketing. But I want you guys to, email and social media marketing. I know a lot of people are pulling away from email marketing. But look at people who have strong email lists. Reach out to them. See, can you submit your articles or your ads or even your social media post to their to their newsletter. I know a lot of you who post on Instagram, Facebook, and things like that, y'all get these spam emails like, hey, we're doing promotions, promote on our site, to gain followings, to gain likes. You can do the same thing where it comes to emails. A lot of people don't think about that. So when you look at other companies who have a strong email database, reach out to them and say, I would like to put an ad in your email. They'd be like, oh, we don't do this. Okay, well, then can you do it? We don't charge for this, or this is something that we do. Ask them to consider posting your content and make sure that the content that they're posting is the content that you're submitting is relevant to their clientele base. So it's kind of like you're looking at target marketing. It's another way to target your market. It's like, how can I market my brands through using other people's platforms instead of just hashtagging and tagging them on Facebook or social media and things like that. Look at how you can expand your brand through those different sites of online marketing or email marketing, online marketing, and when it comes to social media. I would do all three because that's one of the things that you want to be able. The thing is that you want to be able to promote your brand and you want to be able to put your brand in front of your target audience. And the best way to utilize that is by utilizing other people's platforms. So these are some of the things that I like to do when it comes to promoting my brand. A lot of times I'm not posting my contents on my social media pages, but people are seeing them on other people's pages. So it's kind of like distributing a digital form of word of mouth, but it's through other people's platforms to your target audience. The next thing I want to dive back into is social media. When you're posting, how often you're going to post, the different type of content that you post, and creating the content. So creating digital marketing content it takes a lot. And I'm going to say it takes a lot because you have to look at the content you're going to post, when you're going to post it, how you're going to post it. A lot of times the timing goes into when you're going to post it. So for me, I like to create an editorial calendar. And I recommend that everyone do this. So basically you kind of like set a calendar from January through December. Then you look at each month. There's a holiday or something that goes on in every single month. So what I like to start with are the holidays that go along in each month, and I set those as my themes for the month. So of course, January you have President's Day, you have New Year's. February you have Valentine's Day. March you have spring break or Easter. April starts spring and April Fool's Day. March also has St. Patrick's Day, if I'm not mistaken. May has Mother's Day. June has Father's Day. So you can set those different themes around those times, and not just solely look at the U.S. calendar for editorial calendars. Look at the other country calendars, because when posting on social media and posting online, technically you're posting to the World Wide Web, which is basically the entire you're promoting globally. So when you develop creative content around other countries as well, that tends to be a big plug as well too, especially if you're an online business. So you can look at how you're posting your content. So for example, I know the Lunar Year, the Chinese New Year is a big one. I did an actual post one year about the Chinese New Year, and I got so much I got so many likes and follows from that, and it was shared across multiple different platforms throughout the Chinese for Chinese throughout their entire system, or gender was posting it, ethnicity was posting it throughout all of their ethnicity was pretty much posting it throughout all their followings, because it was a very creative piece. I talked about promoting the eyelashes and beauty products and creating different faces. We actually did a whole theme. It was just a making of an African American female who I had made her face over into this Chinese theme. She had their eyes, her lips, and everything like that was done, but it was decorative. And on one side, they basically said Happy New Year's for their new year, and they kind of shared it. Whatever, I got a lot of feedback and a lot of comments on it. But different things like that kind of to help build your brand. Even when you're looking at creating fashion pieces, when you're doing different fitness techniques and things like that. I know a lot of things have been trending via social media, especially as it pertains to fitness, different fitness things that they do, the teas and stuff like that they take for dietary needs and stuff like that. Those things can be shared. They're just not for that particular line of ethnicity. They're for all. So those are some of the things that I want y'all to take into consideration when creating creative marketing content for social media, email marketing, and online ads. So the next thing I want to talk about is content submission. When you're looking at your calendar, your editorial calendar, that can be a big plug. So I know a lot of things change day to day. The biggest thing is knowing when to post the content. So you may have an editorial calendar put together and you have in your head, okay, I want to do photo shoots for this. I want to do photo shoots for Christmas. I want to do a winter theme for Christmas. I want to do a pink pumpkin in Halloween, or October breast cancer, or Pride, or whatever. However you choose to do it. I know one girl, she celebrates Pride throughout the whole year, and she uses the colors and rotate them for every single month. And those are her theme. I mean, she does a color for every month to celebrate Pride, and she does it all throughout her content. And that's very creative on how you do it, but it still includes Pride in everything that she do. And it's kind of for fundraising efforts as well. So we're gonna I just want to kind of take those things into consideration when looking at your editorial calendar as to how you're wanting to post monthly, weekly, daily, and to also have contingency plans for when in the event that things happen. So do you have a backup for a backup for a backup? So we're gonna dive more right into that after these messages. Thank you for tuning in.
We all experience difficult times in life, and it's during these times when we need the most support that we hide ourselves from the rest of the world. Have you been missing in action? I'm here to tell you that you don't have to go it alone. MIA is a grief support group that helps remind us that we're all great, no matter the circumstances we find ourselves in. You don't have to go through life alone. We're here for you because we are you.
Are you a busy professional or a stressed out parent that needs a break? Or maybe you're retired and just don't have the desire to get out of the house every day. And this is why you need Mia Savvy Courier Service. No errand is too big or too small, whether it's picking up dry cleaning or groceries. Mia Savvy Courier Service is the one to call. For more information, visit them online at www.miasavvycourierservices.com or give us a call at 832-533-7565. And trust me, after one experience, you'll be singing their praises.
And we're back with Sip and Talk Business on Fashion, Beauty, and Fit. I'm your host, DJLIVES4LUV, and today's topic is digital marketing. So diving right back in with your editorial calendar, one of the things I want to talk about is posting content, is developing a content calendar for annual, monthly, weekly, and daily. So I know a lot of times, and I did speak on having a contingency plan for in the event that things happen, you're not able to, get the content out, or we can have a drastic change in the country or in the United States or in your city or in your state, and you just want to post about it, or you want to create this content piece, a marketing piece around that. So these are some of the things that we have to look at when it comes to posting and how we're going to post, when we're going to post, and knowing what day is available to post, or sometimes how you can combine different pieces that you've put together to go around those themes. So one of the things that I like to do is I like to take a random image, and the content has absolutely nothing to do with it. So I know a lot of times people are like, oh, I have to change the image, or I have to do this, you have to do that. You don't. You just develop the content around it. And when I say content, I'm talking about the verbiage, not the actual image itself. The image can still be posted, but the verbiage can have absolutely nothing to do with it. But this is where the creative content comes in, because of the fact that the image has absolutely nothing to do with what you're writing about. They're going to remember the picture because the picture went along with the theme that took place for that day. Kind of the same thing as Fight for What's Right in digital marketing. It has absolutely nothing to do with what's going on, and there's no right or wrong to digital marketing. So when you're looking at how consumers think as it pertains to the content that we're putting out, a lot of times it's the off subjects to what make us remember versus what's right. So if you post anything like something like, I know a girl, she had posted a kid, when you particularly, prime example, when you look at kids getting in trouble doing stuff wrong, and it can be a content piece where people are actually reading the comments and stuff like that. I know one girl, she goes on different pages or whatever, and she literally comment her marketing, her business. She plug her business in with everything that kids do that ain't got nothing to do with her company. So it can be a kid getting in trouble based off of them cussing or something at school, and she gonna go in there and plug her company. But a lot of people remember her company because they remember what the kid was doing. So you gotta take into consideration like how you're putting your content out, where you're posting, being creative with it, pulling your target audience into your brand. She got more plugs. She got more. I'm not gonna say plugs. She got more clients and pulled in different markets for promoting a hair bow company, a barrette company, or them little bows that the kids be wearing, by just commenting on kids getting whoopings all the time. And the parents are like, oh yeah, I remember seeing that because it was when so and so got his butt whooped, and that promo went viral. So looking at those different things as to how you're gonna plug your business in, and yes, I'm gonna say plug, how you're gonna plug your business in and how you're gonna market your business when being creative with other content that's going around. The next thing I want to talk about is when to post, when not to post, where to post, and how to post. For social media, every social media platform has its own purpose. And I'm going to say that again. Every social media platform has its own purpose. So, Facebook is more like your family reunion. It's where all your family and friends are. Facebook reminds you of everything that happened years and years ago. And that's pretty much what that platform is used for. Twitter is used for your business happy hour. That's where you're going to find out all the gossip. Literally every ounce of gossip that's going on around the country. Whether if it's from entertainment, political, whatever, you name it. That's basically your business happy hour. Your LinkedIn, of course, is going to be your business your business conference room. That's where a lot of business is taken care of. From your resumes, your resumes, holding business meetings, and things like that. A lot of that stuff is done in LinkedIn. Then you have my all-time favorite, which is Snapchat. A lot of people say Snapchat is dead. That's a lie. Snapchat is not dead. Snapchat is still going and popping. Snapchat is your marketing 101, because guess what? If you have not gotten it within the first 24 hours, it ain't relevant no more. And that's basically marketing. That's marketing 101. If you have not received it or posted about it within the first 24 hours, it's highly irrelevant. It's like we're on to the next trend. That's old news to us. So particularly in the marketing industry, and you want to be the first one. And I say that to get people to understand, because when something happens within the first 24 hours, you always want to be the first one to post it, because you want to gain the most amount of likes and all this different type of likes, shares, and everything like that. So that's one of the reasons why I like to call Snapchat my marketing 101, because if you ain't got it in the first 24 hours, you missed it. The next one is Pinterest. Pinterest is known as what I like to call my vision board. It's your business vision board. It can be your personal vision board, because you're going to go on there and you're going to pin things that you like. I know a lot of people like to cut out and things like that, but you still use Pinterest year round. So Pinterest is known as your business vision board. Instagram, of course, is your business portfolio. That's where people are going to go to look at all your photos. You know, you might do little 30-second clips and stuff like that. Now they have it where you can do minute-long videos and things like that. So those are a lot of things that you need to take into consideration when moving forward with your Instagram. So I've covered Instagram, Facebook. YouTube is more of like your how-to. I like to look at YouTube more because they provide more how-to videos and things like that. They now have movies, TV shows. We're on there. HJS TV is on there. So it's a lot of different things that you can do when it comes to YouTube. But a lot of people mainly search YouTube for how-to videos. How I'm going to do this. How I'm going to do that. Where can I, how can I find this? How can I find that? And the beauty part about YouTube is you can upload every video that you have, number one, should be uploaded to YouTube. And then you take the embed code and embed it in your website. You can share it on your Facebooks and different places like Instagrams and different things like that, depending on the time length of each video. So far, we've covered Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. I'm trying to make sure I'm not missing anything. We did Pinterest, Snapchat. It's another one I want to bring up that you need to take into consideration. But my all-time favorite is going to be TikTok. TikTok has an ad going around says, don't make commercials, make TikToks. I agree with that 110%. TikTok is one of my all-time favorite because it allows you to create marketing content that one can be shared across all platforms, whether if it's creative, non-creative, dance, or however. I know a lot of businesses are incorporating the songs that they have on TikTok, the background, the music songs, everything that's basically trending is being done via TikTok. So a lot of businesses are moving to where they're promoting, whether if it's for education. I know a lot of the colleges are doing it right now. If you want to get if you want to start promoting on TikTok, get your digital marketing degree, and then when you click on it, it has absolutely no college attached to it. The links can be bogus, but they're promoting it. So a lot of the colleges are now tagging into it to where they're like, okay, let me drop my link in there. This is where you do it. So a lot of things can be done that way. Even when it comes to dance videos and stuff like that, plug them in. You can even get the people to even, I know a lot of them are charging, but you can even get influencers now to do TikToks to go and do your business, and then they're promoting it on theirs, and then it goes viral. Or even now, I'm gonna tell you this right now, because I have reached out to a couple of influencers to consider marketing, but you gotta make sure that their followers are your target audience. So you have to look at the content that they're posting, and a lot of times people are following you on TikTok and don't have nothing to do. They just like the content that you're creating. It's creative, it's gone viral, or whatever the case may be. But look at how you can kind of build your brand from those influencers. But you also have to be within reason of price range of your budget. Within reason means of your budget. Because I know some influencers are charging anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000 just to do an ad, depending on what it is and who it's for. So take into consideration to let them know, I'm a small business, this is what I have, how much do you charge? Ooh. Some of them may say, okay, hey, we can look at bartering. How can you barter? How can you cross promotion? You provide them with the products or whatever for free. However you're going to do it. But remember, the more followers they have, the more expensive they're going to be. Because a lot of people who are reaching out to them are these big companies. And also, do research on the content that they're, on the stuff that they're putting on, what they're wearing, how they're wearing it, how many videos they've done in it. Those are things you have to take into consideration. Some may want 1, some may want 10, some may want 20. Some may require them to put the hashtags in. It could just be a simple hashtag. Can you drop my hashtag in here? Can you tag me in this? Can you post this? Can you share this? Can you like this? Can you promote it? A lot of different things. There are a lot of different ways you can go about advertising and marketing via social media with use of TikTok. TikToks are even shareable to where when you share it, their page is still getting a plug, because it just depends on how you share it. Their page will still get the plug because, of course, at the end of it, it'll show their name. Now it has where it shows the name in the videos. So those are some things that you can take into consideration as well. So today, so far, we've talked about digital marketing and developing and creating digital creative content via blog editorial, social media, email, online ads. We've looked at content submission on where to post, based off of the different platforms that we have, what to post, where to post it, and how to post it. Now, when it comes to how to posting your content, I want y'all to take into consideration that how you're posting it plays a big factor, and it also goes with your ads, because I know Facebook allows you to boost and they allow you to create the ads. So I find that I'm going to be honest with you. I found that when it comes to posting an ad versus boosting a post, you get more out of your money when you post the ad versus boosting a post. So although the ad becomes a post, when you're boosting what you've already posted, it's only going to go to, it only circulates within your following, if that makes sense. It doesn't go beyond your following. But when you're posting an ad, it then becomes a post and it goes further. So you're boosting what you've already posted to your target audience that lies within your following. Just to say it again, when you boost the ad, it only goes within your following to the target audience that you've picked within your following. It does not go further beyond that. I did research and I found that out myself. But when you post the ad itself becomes a post and it goes beyond your following to your target audience. Now, I have had sit-downs with phone conversations with Facebook marketing experts to explain this to me because I did my research at first. So I went from doing my research to I met with the expert, and then I did it again, and I could see the complete difference. So the numbers went up, the followings went up, and this was when I was actually trying to get DJ Lives for Love Beauty Bar from 500 followers to 1,000 followers. Just by me doing a $125 ad, it went up in 3 days from 500 to 1,000 followers just by creating an ad versus boosting a post. And we did those within 2 weeks' times. So, to sum it up, we've talked about digital marketing. We went over developing creative content and content submission. I'm your host, DJ Lives for Love. And remember to fight for what's right.